Hi, welcome to Alaskan and the Philippines, currently in Thailand. Today I thought I'd update y'all on my condo hunting situation. At the end of this month I gotta move out. There's everything packs up and this lady rents out the room right out from underneath. If you don't sign a big contract, they won't keep you in. She was showing me some rooms that you'd rent month to month, but it was small and it was like 13,000. Thought I could find a better deal. This place is I'm paying 15,000. That's like 420 US dollars. It's nice. It's a big, nice, roomy place. It's got a I think it's got some extra room over there I really don't need. It's got a nice big patio and stuff, and it's got a yard out here. I got some horses and cows that come around. It's kind of neat. I like it. Ground level, first floor anyway, above the parking garage. So 420, it's worth it, and the electric's only $15 a month. Water's $6 a month. It's really cheap. So in the end, my housing with electricity and water only cost about 450 bucks or less, 440 I think it was. So it's a pretty good deal still for this. It's kind of a studio, 33 square feet I think. It's got a nice big bathroom, fridge, and full-size, pretty much fridge and some cabinet space. But anyway, she rented my last room out. She don't speak good English, and I can't communicate with her. She's a real nice lady, and she tries, but if you talk to her in English, she'll answer you back in Thai. So you really get nowhere. I pull out my phone, but every time it don't work, I don't get reception down there or something, so I have a hard time communicating with her. But after she rented me out of that last place, she showed me this place and she said, okay, but I'll give it to you for 2 months, from what I understood. She wrote me up a 2-month contract, but said no more. And book, it's all booked. And the neighbor place over here is booked up till February 20th, they told me when I tried to rent a room next door. So if the neighbor place is booked up, this place for sure is. This is a nice place. This is brand new. This is a brand new condo. I actually really like living here. The one drawback I know I have is being on ground level. There's a swamp right over here. The frogs and stuff live there. It's kind of a swamp. There's cattails and there's grass in the lot. So there's a lot of mosquitoes, surprisingly. I've been getting bit every day. Every night when I sleep, I wake up, I get a few more mosquito bites. And I see them in the room. I kill as many as I can. They're toast. These Asian mosquitoes are tiny. They're not like our Alaskan big mosquitoes. You can swat them easy. These are so small, they're hard to see. But yeah, I get bit every night, and I'm just hoping I don't get dengue. The neighbor said his wife got dengue when they lived on the beach. That's why they moved here. But yeah, there's a lot of mosquitoes in this particular room. When you get in another building, you'll get above the mosquitoes if you can. You can get a high rise. I like it though. I like the nature, looking out the window. It's peaceful and quiet, no noise, anything. It's real nice. Hear the birds chirping every morning. They wake me up. But anyway, so I told my friend that I got to find a new place, my hairdresser friend. I said, I got to find a new condo. And as usual, she says, I got a friend. With everything I ask her, she's got a friend. I go, okay. She goes, okay, I'll let you know. And a few days passed and I didn't hear nothing. And then she asked me yesterday, she calls up and she goes, you got to come over right now. Come to my shop. I go, why? We got to go to the condo. New condo for you. My friend. I called her. So I go, oh, okay. I really wasn't ready, but I got ready and I jumped on, walked over to her shop. She had no customers at the moment. So she took me out. We walked down the road. It was in walking distance of her shop, so it wasn't very far. We walked down the road, but we had to cross the main highway there. It's busy. And it gets busy. You could stand there for a long time without being able to cross. I do it in the mornings sometimes in rush hour and I have to stand there 5 minutes. So much traffic sometimes. Not always, but just certain times. And I looked, she walked right past the street light. There's a street stoplight. You can push the button and cross right there. She walked right by that, and I knew it was on the other side of the road. She walks up a little ways and then stops and looks traffic. She was going to cross up there. I'm like, why? And I go, how are you going to cross? She looks at me and smiles, and then she walks right out into the middle of the traffic and does this. And they all stop for her. I was like, wow. I ran right up behind her and stayed close, and she did that all the way across the road, and they all stopped for, slowed down, didn't. I don't know if it would work for me, but I followed her across, and we went up. She knows everybody on the way up. She was saying hi to people. They all yelling, talking to her. She knew them all. Walked past all these other shops because she worked in that neighborhood for 16 years. She says she worked at that shop 16 years, so she knows everybody. And she walked across the street. We walked into this huge condo, and the guard there knew her, and she laughed. She was chatting as we were walking by. Just walked right by. Didn't even have to check in with the guard. She knew him, you know. Walk in. And that was her friend at the counter. She translated everything in Thai for what I needed. And I told them I want a long-term stay. And she says, yeah, and good thing, I guess it was booking up too. The condo was getting full. It was booking up, maybe the last room. That's why we had to go right when she called. So I went in, and she showed us the room. It's small. The building is old. It's like 30 years old, and it's absolutely like 1972. Like I'd be moving right back into 1972. This is a brand new place, so it'll be going from a brand new modern condo back to 1972. But it was nice, and I went up and looked at the room, and they're only $12,000 a month, so that's real cheap. That's $340 a month, $350 maybe, something like that a month. It's 100 US less than this place, so that'll give me an extra little bit of mad money. And it's the thing, it's so close to everything else. The immigration is just across the street in the Blueport Mall, just right across the street, and not very far, quick walk. And then just down below there's a 7-Eleven, and also the visa agent that I used to go to Myanmar the other day is located right down the bottom stairs of that, right around the bend there, right there. Actually, when I walk out the gate, I'll walk right past the visa center that I did the border run with, and then right across the street is the immigration, and the Blueport Mall is right there, and that's where the immigration is, the Blueport Mall. So it's real close to that. And then just another, you could almost throw a rock where me and the girl crossed the road was Bangkok Hospital, so the hospital's right there. And then you could, it's not just a 10-minute walk down to Market Village Mall, just right down there. Thing is, I'm on the other side of the beach, other side of the road on the beach side. The beautiful part of this whole story in the condo, what the condo isn't, the location is. It's right on the beach, 50 yards from the beach. It's got its own private walk alleyway with flowers, of course. It's all beautiful, gated with other houses, nice houses in there. But it's got its own private walk just right to the beach from the condo. And it's got a gated guard at the door, at the entrance of the condo, so nobody's from the street can just come in. It's got a reception desk and everything. It's really old. It's the biggest condo they built in Hoi Hin. And after they made this one, it's a high-rise. They said no more, and they limited the size of condos after this one was made. But I hear it's 30 years old. I looked in it. It's all nice and clean. It has good reviews. It has good reviews, and 4.2 reviews, and people are saying in the comments section they've lived here for years. They love it. Great community, or they lived there for years. Great community, great bunch of people. Everyone said the location is just awesome, being right on the beach. Can you imagine having a condo, living right on the beach for $340 a month? But that's what's going to be here. And it's not right on the beach, but within a 50-yard walk, a nice, beautiful alleyway with flower walk, all private. Right to the beach, right to the sand, directly into the sand. Little stairway, rock stairway, just beautiful. So that way now, when I move there, I won't have to cross the busy road or get away from Soy 94. All the massage shops and stuff are down there. It's a great place to get started, to find your start. And where I am, I'm actually moved up into the more traffic heavy, right along the heavy traffic. It may get loud there, but I don't think so. The room they showed me was on the 4th floor, so that's pretty good. They were going to give me one up on the 11th floor. It's really high. The room's kind of smaller, And it ain't that bad though. I'll give you guys a tour when I move in, but my contract here ends up the 27th, or the end of the month, 29th, I guess, so New Year's Day. So 1st of January. I think I probably have to be out of here the 29th or 1st of January. But I got that place, so I had to put a deposit down. They wanted 12,000 deposit. That's like a full month's rent, 350. I didn't have that much cash on me. I told her I only had two. I didn't have that much cash on it, and she wanted to borrow some cash too. So I know so she got the receptionist, her friend, to give me a deal of only putting 2,000 down now, and then when I come in pay, I'll have to pay the rest of the 10,000 deposit plus the 12,000 rent. So I'll own 22,000 when I come. But that 12 of that is just a deposit. I'll get that back. So the room's kind of small, but it's got a pool and a gym. I didn't check any of the amenities now. I didn't do nothing, just look at the room quickly. I didn't ask. She was speaking in Thai, and the lady at the desk didn't seem to speak Thai, or she wasn't offering any English to me. They wrote me a receipt, and keep this in mind when you guys ever move or come here. When you get a receipt to move into a place, it's all going to be written in Thai. You ain't going to be able to read any of it. So just if you have to sign it, usually you just give them your passport, and they'll make a photocopy of it. They'll ask. I just gave them my passport ID. I have the passport ID card. That's a good thing to get too, by the way. If you're coming, you got a passport, get the passport ID card too. Instead of leaving some in your passport, sometimes they'll try to ask, but just give them that if you had to never leave your passport with them. Let them make a copy of it, but they'll want to, and on rental agreements. So she got it. I explained to her, I said, can I stay month to month, long term? And she says, she explained it to her, and she says, yeah, as long as you put a deposit, then just pay every month. So they'll leave it there. So my plan is, right now it's high season. I was lucky to get this room. So my plan is I'm going to go over there and I'm going to hunker down in that and try it. I only have one request that's it can't have bed bugs again, please. Because the other place that I did had bad bed bugs, and they were biting you up. Man, when you get bed bugs, you can't live there. You got to get out of there. They'll just eating you at night. You're afraid to go to sleep. It's not funny. It's a bad deal. And this place being 30 years old, I'm suspicious. There was a mattress there. When they show you the room, there's no blankets, no pillows. It's nothing, just a mattress on the bed, empty, no sheets on it or anything. And the room was nothing. They were supposed to have coffee pots and maybe dishes, I think. I don't know. But I asked, do I have to get bedding and all that? And they said, no, they'll make the room up before I come in. And that's kind of what they did here. They showed me the place. It was just a mattress laying on the bed. There was no bedding or anything. I asked, are you going to put everything? Yeah. So I guess they'll clean it and add everything. But the room was kind of small, but it had a balcony and a place to dry clothes and stuff. So hopefully there's a water bottle place where I can get water downstairs. There's a 7-Eleven. They probably have one if nothing else. Right down around the corner, there's a 7-Eleven too. So it's kind of right in the middle of everything. Hopefully, I think it's pretty quiet up where I was. I couldn't hear nothing from in the room. It's, like I say, it's really dated. It's like 1972. And it smelled like mothballs. Hopefully that's a good sign, maybe, that kills all the bed bugs that they probably accumulated. So hopefully that works out. I'll stay there. I'll hunker down there through high season, just so I have a place that I can depend on. Because this place, I knew I wasn't going to be able to stay here month to month. She didn't want that. And I don't want to just move into a place and sign a 6-month lease either, like I would have if the place had bed bugs, and I want to live there for a month and see if I like it first, but they want to jam a 6-month contract down you, so I didn't want to do that. And I'm saying month to month, but they don't want to do that. So maybe I'll check back in low season. That's my plan. So I'm going to stay there where I know I have a room for next month, every month, until high season's over. And then I'm going to go take advantage of all the low season prices, and I'm going to lock in a good place at a good contract rate. I think I'm going to. Sometimes old Jeff smartens up after being stupid for a few years. So, but yeah, that's what I'll do. I think I want to look for a house with a piece of land I can garden on and stuff. Have a few fruit trees. If I could get a place like that reasonably rate, like around $400 or $500, I'd do that. And hopefully if I can figure out how to get a place like that, or just even better myself on a condo, come back here maybe in a better bargaining situation when it's at low season, and maybe get a contract here again. I do like it here. It's nice and quiet. Like I said, the only drawback is the mosquitoes, and it's hard to walk here. You got to go out to Soy 94. There's actually a nice peaceful neighborhood you can walk up to get to the 7-Eleven. There's no traffic actually. But when you get to the 7-Eleven, everything's divided with a railroad line here in Hue Hin. There's a railroad line that goes by, and there's only a few choke points where they can cross the railroad lines, where there's roads going through it. And it's always real tight and narrow, and it's very narrow for the traffic going through it. And then all the food vendors set up carts on both sides, so it makes it even more narrow. And then you got to walk by it when the cars are whizzing and bikes are whizzing by it. Cross, and everybody in that area has got to cross right there. So that's a downfall, trying to do that. It's dangerous. It really is. I'm surprised I didn't get hit. I'm stupid. I'll bolt around trying to get in and out of traffic, and never do that. Just walk steady. They'll stop for you. But if you try to dive out like I do, you'll get smacked, or you'll surprise them and they'll know what to do. They might get run over. But anyway, this way I'll be actually living on the other side of the road. All the fast cars are on this side. There's no more road from where I'll stay to the beach. So I could have a morning walk on the beach without ever having to cross a road or anything, which could be a safety factor for me. But then right out in front is just the big main highway too, so it's really busy. There's a lot of shops and stuff out there and stuff too. So, but then I have to cross it. There's a cross light, and I'm going to use it because getting across that road is pretty dangerous too. So when I need to go to the malls, I'm going to have to cross that road, busy road every time. So everything's on the other side. Not everything, but a lot of the stuff I'll need. The 2 malls, the hospitals on that side. But yeah, I can walk down this side, and there's another hospital down there. So yeah, it's a centrally located. I didn't move too far away. I can actually walk to where I am from where I am now, and it's close. So I'll figure out what I'm gonna do. But I put a deposit on the place for $12,000. I'm gonna move in there at the end of this 27th. I'm gonna start moving stuff in. I get out of here the 29th, so it gives me a couple of days to move in, and I'll have beachfront property. I won't be able to see the beach, I don't think. I didn't look from my patio, but if I get the same room, I was shown that it overlooks the city. I probably will see a bit of the ocean from where I'm at. It's real close. So that's kind of a good deal. So I'm happy I found a place when it was getting packed up. You guys remember that if you're coming here, you better have a room in advance now. I'm not saying you wouldn't be able to find one, but it's getting booked up during high season. You probably want to look online and make sure there's a room and get it reserved. And a lot of times they'll ask you maybe at immigration where you're staying. If you're staying more than a month and need to get the extension, you have to have a room already, and you have to bring that with you, proof that you have a room. You need to bring your rental agreement with you when you're trying to get the extension on the 60 days, the first 30 days. So keep that in mind too. So you might want to get a room in advance. I came at low season, so I had a good pick of rooms. I should have been smart, but I was lost. I didn't know what I was doing. I found Soy 94, and this is a pretty good location for what I needed. But now I'm going to reach out and move closer where I can in a better situation, cheaper room, and see if I like it. And if I like it, I can extend until low season, and then if I don't like it, I can move to a bigger and better place. And I'll keep looking too. This won't be my ideal situation, but it'll be good enough for now. Well, anyway, that's my plans for this moment in time. And yeah, she pulled through again and helped me out. She found me a place, so I'm gonna help her. She's starting up a business at her house. I bought her a hair clipper set. It didn't cost much, and now I bought her a chair. She needs a barber chair. She had half the money saved, so I gave her the other half of the other money. It was only $60,000 or $60, $2,400 she needed to get her chair. She's going to have a barber's chair, and she's going to cut hair and do makeup. She was really happy. She's got 2 customers lined up for this weekend. She really needed that chair, so I gave her it for helping me out. I told her if she finds me a good place, I'll give her a reward, and she did. Came right through, and like she always does. I guess we're on for Saturday again to go somewhere and do something. We'll see. So, well, anyway, that's my condo hunting deal, and luckily I had a friend to help me out. But yeah, do your research. You'll find a place, but like I say, doing it in advance if you're coming in high season. Well, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.